The A.J. Brown injury seems to be a little bit more concerning than we even first thought when we talked about this at the 8 p.m. show. This report right here from NBC Sports talks about how the Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni said this when talking about A.J. Brown's recent hamstring injury. He's working through some things, which is a lot coming from that's a small amount of words coming from Sirianni, but Sirianni is not a guy that tells you anything. So when he says something like this, you got to be worried about it because he's evading the question when the reporter asked, hey, did he have a setback from his recent hamstring injury, which he returned from and then sat out again. Anytime a player sits out with a hamstring, a groin, a calf injury, they sit out a significant amount of time and then they come back and then they go sit out again. That is a setback. There's no other explanation for it. This reporter asked Sirianni, was there a setback after missing practice on Thursday? And Sirianni responded, he's working through some things. This is not the kind of player you can gamble your season on when he's got a plethora of knee injury, surgeries, cleanup, scopes that happen nearly every offseason. And we usually hear about them when they're already over. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we just heard, oh yeah, A.J. Brown in February had a knee scope. That happens all the time with him. This is a very, very concerning piece of information that's coming out of the words of Nick Sirianni himself. And then Tyreek Hill, we'll talk more about why he's a total avoid for me. Even though I keep seeing his ADP climb, it's nestled right into that 2-3 turn. It's not even varying into like the late third. It's literally just at the 2-3 turn. He's in the second round more and more, and it's a disaster waiting to happen. Both of these guys are complete avoids. It doesn't even matter if I'm wrong on one of them. There are safer options, and when we're wrong on it, you're still breaking even with the guy next to you because you drafted the safer player and avoided all of the risk. But if we're right, he loses a league, you don't. We're breaking it down, then we'll draft later. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Live whenever news breaks. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. A.J. freaking Brown. A guy we do love. A friend of the show. I've gone live with him 2 out of the last 3 years on Instagram. And I like the guy. I really do. He's a stand-up dude. He's a really good player, but I don't let any of that cloud my judgment. And I'm here to tell you that he is a complete avoid at his current cost of entry, which is in round 2. Tyreek Hill, complete avoid at his cost of entry in round number 2. Both these guys carry way too much risk when Bucky's in 2. Chase Brown's in 2. Drake London, the Drake, is in 2. League winners live in 2. Do these guys have league winning potential? Sure. But do they carry as much risk as they carry upside at this point? Yes, especially for A.J. Brown with this news, especially with Tyreek Hill with all of his off the field. They're not. It's not like he's out getting in trouble, but his off the field antics or the comments he makes or how he talks about his teammates, how he's an outcast of his team right now, how Tua Tagovailoa, when asked by a reporter, impressed by a reporter, couldn't tell him a lie. He told him the truth. We're still trying to fix the relationship. And he said that doesn't just go for me. It goes with everybody on the team because this guy abandoned his team. This guy does not feel like a team player. The locker room vibe is absolutely insane right now. And there's so much pressure on Mike McDaniel. There's a distraction factor here that has to be calculated. And the fact that he didn't even do anything last year, if you got rid of him for something that could help the team, the future, whatever, this might be something that they consider. You bring in a Amari Cooper type player over having a distraction and get draft capital and figure out how to maybe improve this team for the future. There's no telling how much time he has left anyways. The moment he suffers some sort of hamstring injury, he's done. He'll continue to have them for the rest of his career. Why? Because players that have his quick twitch, they end up having what a lot of people will coin as a paper thin hamstring because they're just literally firing that thing off at 1,000%, unlike any other player. They're just literally using that hamstring in ways that other players are not using the hamstring in that muscle. So at some point, he will completely fall off the face of the earth and start having those nagging injuries that take him out. Boom. Remember Deshaun Jackson? Deshaun Jackson, even as he got older, came back into the league, and then he was the quickest guy on the field. Deshaun Jackson would catch some 70-yard touchdown, 60-yard touchdown. We'd be like, dude, he's so fast. He's so fast. And then on a Wednesday or a Thursday, you'd be eating a burger. You'd be at In-N-Out getting some fries, a burger, and a shake. And all of a sudden you hear on the radio or just on an alert from Twitter, and it would say, Deshaun Jackson showing up on the injury report. And you're like, oh, no, I wonder what that is. Not a big deal. Then on Friday, out for the season. Out for the season. And he'd do this to you. Any quick twitch wide receiver, they fall off a cliff due to the hamstrings eventually giving out. You can say to me, Smitty, I'm not buying it. I'm all in. That's because you own them in 7 leagues already. But an objective person is going to sit there and go, Bucky, check. Over Hill? Absolutely. And let me paint the picture this way. You don't have to go wide receiver, right? You can go Bucky, you can go Chase Brown, but you could even go Josh Allen before you go Tyreek Hill. If Tyreek Hill's going 2-3 turn and you're taking, let's say, Chase Brown or Kyron or someone like Garrett Wilson a little early, and then you have the opportunity to grab a Josh Allen instead of going Tyreek Hill, Josh Allen wins you a league. He wins you weeks, week in and week out. Taking early Josh Allen or whatever, early Lamar, whoever your quarterback is, your number one, is not crazier than taking Tyreek Hill as your top of round number 3. And then you get comments like this that, no offense, my boy, but what do you think you're telegraphing here? AJ's fine. AJ's fine. I have him. He has to be fine. Of course he does, Clash. He's got to be fine for you because you got him in 7 leagues. That's why you're here. You're here to tell me I'm wrong, which is fine. He's fine. Everything's fine. Leo, appreciate your super chat here. Leo says, I just traded Barkley in a second for Bucky in a first. You should have traded Barkley in a second for Bucky alone. You getting a first rounder might have ended your friendship because you lambasted him. Dynasty Superflex, also, would you trade Waddle for Evans and a third? Honestly, I don't like Waddle as much as everybody else. I think that you could probably get more value for Waddle than Mike Evans, to be honest with you, and even some sort of scrap pick. But at the end of the day, do I want Evans over Waddle this year? Yes, but over the long term, I would want the Waddle factor just because you could maybe trade him. Then again, what's Waddle's trade value? People have given up on Waddle, even though they're hopeful if they've got him. You know, Waddle fans will be like, hey, Smitty, what do you think of Waddle? And you know they have Waddle in 7 leagues. Nobody's really going after Waddle in a trade right now. Ziggy, how old is Jalen Waddle?
Jalen Waddle is 26 years old and was born on November 25th.
So turns 27 at the end of the year, but thinking about it from the longevity aspect of this is like 27 in November. So next year turning 28. Remember that 28's the year Cooper Kupp dropped off. Not saying wide receivers can't do well at 30, 29, but it's still, we're breaching that year where no one will take him. Right now, he's 26. He sounds younger than he is because he's about to turn 27. Once he's 27 and you say to somebody, he's 27, but he turns 28 during the year, it feels like 3 years difference. You know what I'm saying? 26 right now feels like a young man, and it is. But next year, this time, he's turning 28. That's what you're going to have to sell, and you're not going to be able to sell him. So right now, you can sell Waddle. I tend to think I could go get a Rice if I'm giving up something like a first rounder. I tend to think I could go get a Travis Hunter giving up a first rounder and Waddle. Those are the kind of moves I think I could make with Waddle. So I'd be tempted to say Waddle might have more trade value if you can go ahead and take care of that. Thank you for the super chat. Poppin', appreciate you dropping your super. Yo, Smitty, would you go BTJ and Hunter later rounds? Sure. I really want Hunter, but I'm not sure it's smart to get the duo. It's smart. It's fine. Because they're not going like 2 and 3, they're going 1-2 turn is where BTJ is going, and 5'6" for Hunter, sometimes 7. Depends on the grandma league you're in, depends if it's 10-man, 12-man, but he's traditionally going in that 5, 6, 7 territory. That's spread out enough that you're not putting the onus on the Jaguars offense as your first and second round pick with no support. You have a first rounder that's gift wrapped by a second round pick, a third round stud, a fourth round, and a fifth round, and maybe he's your 6th or 7th round pick. So not a problem at all. Not to mention that Hunter's going to live off some rushing production as well. So even in games where BTJ catches the touchdown, and then all of a sudden you got Hunter doing a lot of that wide back work, and he runs something and he has a jet sweep, or he has an end around or something like that gets him his production without even T-Law needing to throw the ball to him as much that game, just because, you know, people worry about what if T-Law goes down. If T-Law goes down, or let's say T-Law just has a bad game, Hunter could still do well, even if BTJ didn't, vice versa. So you got to keep it in context like that. So A.J. Brown, as I've mentioned before we start opening phone lines and having deeper conversations with you guys, this is a player that I'm staying clear away from because of the Bucky, the Chase Brown, the availability of sometimes London, the Kyron Williams, all those players, even Hampton. Hampton's so much safer than A.J. Brown, given the injury risk with Brown right now with the hamstring that's shelved him once, and now he's back to being shelved. That is a re-injury. That is a setback. There's no, he didn't suffer a setback. Sirianni didn't say no. The reporter, Sirianni never admits to injuries. Never. Hey, Sirianni, how's A.J. Brown? He's fine. And A.J. Brown's in a hospital bed, and they're trying to wake him up from a 2-week coma. But Sirianni said, working through some things. That's not good from Sirianni. That means it's bad. That means it is a setback. And we do believe we saw the setback. We saw him in that video clip totally hampered when the injury occurred, and he was really hurting and jogging really gingerly and really limping and pulling up. This is not some sort of tightness. This is a hamstring pull. He suffered a hamstring pull. And I've said enough on the Tyreek Hill front. Tyreek Hill, there's a report out here. I'll read this just for full transparency as for what's going on and what's even in the news right now with Tyreek. Here's some potentially, some would say good news, but it's not. It's laced with bad as well. This news right here, The Athletic's Jeff Howe reports that the Dolphins never showed any genuine interest in moving Tyreek Hill during the offseason. However, the report later talks about, and other people talking about, how that is maybe changing if he doesn't jive with the locker room and the boys. And if he gets focused, then they'll continue down this path. And this is nothing new. This is what I've said all along, is that there's no desire to move him if he can work and help Miami Mike McDaniel keep his job. The last thing he wants to do is move Tyreek Hill, but he might have to move Tyreek Hill because Tyreek Hill's becoming a distraction. It doesn't matter how good he was, doesn't matter how good he might still be able to be, if he's a distraction and derailing the entire system and keeping Tua in some place where he's not as confident. He's being asked questions about who the top 5 QBs are, and no one's saying Tua's top 5, but he's always said Tua is top 5. Now when he gets asked the question, he leaves Tua out. And it's just a bad look the way he speaks about everybody. Achane, take him out on third downs. No one's taking a look on goal line situations. First and goal, second and goal from the 1. Put in Ollie Gordon. I don't necessarily want Achane getting all of those works, but those carries. But Achane's not getting taken out on all goal line work. And the disrespect he showed, you could say, oh, he's joking. He wasn't joking. No one's taking anything he says to the media in a joking fashion. He's an outcast right now in his own locker room. They're all pissed off at him because he gave up on his team. He's talking bad about his team. He's saying that he wants to leave because he's so much better than everybody else that he needs to get out of there and go find a winning team. He's so much better than everybody else. He's not even mentioning his own quarterback anymore in ridiculous questions where he used to mention his quarterback. Oh, what, now he's being honest? It's not good to do that switcheroo on the way you speak about your quarterback and your teammates. And no one's having it right now. He's either going to shape up or they'll ship him out. And he's a very likely trade candidate this year. Not now, but when things go awry. Now, could things go awry and get off rails before week 1 kicks off? Yeah, we got a little bit under a month for him to go run his mouth and cause controversy, but the plan, the blueprint for 2025 will be for Miami Mike McDaniel to try and work this out so he can save his job. Because if Tyreek's behaved, then, and well behaved, he has a better shot at keeping his job. Plain and simple. So he needs this to happen. And once Hill shapes up, stays on the straight and narrow, stays quiet, stays motivated, loves his teammates, repairs the relationship, maybe he does have a good year. Maybe. But is it worth the gamble at the 2-3 turn when Hampton's there? Hampton's safer than both these guys. You know who's safer than both these guys? That I'm not suggesting you drafted the 2-3 turn. You know what I'm getting at. Hendy. But that doesn't mean you draft Hendy. You just take McBride. And then you draft Hendy later instead of drafting this player. Either one of them. But if we're going wide receiver, does anybody really believe JSN isn't capable of hanging with both these guys, but with a safety angle to it? Does anybody believe Garrett Wilson can't hang with both these guys, bringing the safety aspect to the table? Why are we considering Brown and Hill when Garrett Wilson and JSN and obviously London if he fell, and even maybe MHJ, who had 8 touchdowns and nearly about 900 to 1,000 yards, give or take 1 or 2 big plays that Kyler didn't even send the ball full send when he was wide open for a 50-plus yard touchdown. We're talking about 1,000 yards and 10 TDs if they connected on even 2 of those 4 or 5 blatantly obvious calls, play calls that just didn't get designed. Because Kyler, when you're doing something like that, Kyler's got to be made aware of what's going on, or he won't see it over the line. It's unfortunate, but he scrambles so much because he can't see over the line. It's like a big, tall, 9-foot hedge of oleanders. He can't see over it. Marvin Harrison Jr. is knifing downfield by himself. Point is, MHJ, and you could say this is a problem for this. You still believe it will be repeated, right? Rinse and repeat. That's fine. You want to walk away from MHJ for that. I understand you. I don't agree with you, but I understand you. But if you give Kyler and MHJ that connection where they were off all year and they said they got it back, Gannon said they got that connection going. It took MHJ, and it was more MHJ disconnect than Kyler, they say. But MHJ admits that too. He was disconnected. He wasn't ready for the big leagues, even though he's one of the best receiver prospects to ever come out of college, which we need to remember when we're trying to be very critical of a player that caught 8 touchdowns last year as a rookie when Puka Nacua has only caught 9 on his entire career. Puka Nacua in 28 played games has still yet to exceed 10 total touchdowns. He has 9. Marv got you 8 last year in a disappointing season. Marv is safer than A.J. Brown. Marv is safer than Tyreek Hill. And are these guys holding more upside? Potentially, but at what cost? Is that upside even attainable? Is that upside even something in hindsight you'll look back on and go, that was a ridiculous ask for me to say, hey, A.J. Brown walking in with a ginger hamstring that he pulled up limp after he rested it and went back to the sideline and is now sitting out again. And you've got weeks now before the season starts. It's not a month anymore. You're going to look back and say, man, why did I do that? Why did I just take Garrett Wilson? What if A.J. Brown outscores Garrett Wilson by 18 points? Who cares? The risk that I'm taking on with A.J. Brown's not worth it. And if he misses 3 or 4 games, Garrett Wilson then outscores him. Maybe he outscores Garrett Wilson per start, but I get 17 starts out of Garrett Wilson every single year. Playing with his college quarterback, Justin Fields, the rapport is there. It's going to be an electric year for Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson could be a top 5 wide receiver this year. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why is anybody going after 2 very risky players when you can get safer products to put on the field every single time you're on the clock? Don't do it. It's not a smart move. It's not smart business. And don't think that just because they didn't entertain a trade that they aren't currently thinking about it now. And there's much interest in the NFL, it appears, and people, serious people, have taken a little gander at this thing. And it's not going to take much of a push if Miami Mike McDaniel and this offense grow even further tired of Tyreek Hill's antics and off the field stuff that he does. Phone lines are open. Dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
It's just it's wild to me how many people get upset at this topic too. It's wild to me how many people think that this isn't something that should be talked about as much as it is. It's something that you should be taking a gamble on because of how good Tyreek Hill used to be, just like the Christian McCaffrey thing. When McCaffrey's on the field, he's the best. He's the best player in the room. He's the best running back on the field. That might be true. But I'll tell you what, it doesn't mean that you're going to go ahead and take that gamble when you got a Garrett Wilson or a London, especially a London on the board. You're live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, what's up? I'm Edwin calling from Newcastle, Delaware.
All right, Edwin, hold on one second. Let me put you in the system here. Edwin, you are calling from where again? The
Newcastle, Delaware.
302.
Yep.
All right, what can I do for you?
Well, first, I just want to say you're awesome. My dad started watching you last year, and I started watching you. Like, I watch you over all these, experts. I just want to say you're awesome. I go by all your advice. But I just got a quick question.
Yeah.
So, so for my draft, it's Saturday. So for my first pick, I'm 5th. I'm looking at taking, like, CeeDee Lamb or Bijan. If they fall, Bijan might fall to me because, like, I don't know. He might. But if he doesn't, I think I'm going to take Lamb, and then on the wraparound, I think I'm going to take, Jonathan Taylor or Bucky. And I want to take Lamar 3rd round if he's available. But the thing is, my 4th round, if Garrett Wilson and Rashee Rice is available, because I really like Rashee Rice this year, who do you think I should take?
I mean, Rice isn't a 3rd rounder right now. You can't take him in round 3 if that's what you're saying. If you're saying round 4,
no,
round 4.
Yeah. I'm talking about round 4. Like if
the thing is, the thing is, Rice he's currently because the ADP hasn't updated yet. He's currently trending to like the 5.1 to the 5.10, and that's because we're off of the news that's been fermenting over the last handful of weeks that he is gonna now see this thing through in 2025. Like everyone thought it was going to be something he addressed in 2026, and then the news broke that he's probably going to get suspended this year. So his value's been slowly dropping into this territory. Now the news today is probably going to do a little bit of damage to this value that we're getting here, I imagine.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee it because there were a lot of more worried Williams in the chat when we went live on this than I thought. But the thing we got to keep in mind is they're loud. It could be like 10% of the chat, 5% of the chat, but they're so upset and they're so flustered and they're trying to will this thing to go in a direction that caters to their bad take or whatever, that they sound like they're in massive droves and it's really like 6 people, and then like there's 250, 300 people at the gym just pounding the weights, with the headphones on, just going, this idiot caller, and they're with us. They're with us, or Steve's driving, the big tractor trailer like Gump does, and he's just sitting here shaking his head, but he doesn't have time to text, right? Because he's busy. He's a working man. The working man is in agreement. It's the guy sitting at home that's got too much time to complain and hate on the chat is the one that's in there making the noise. So you gotta be very mindful of that. But
because I was really thinking about like the upside with Rice, but like I know it's a risk because you get those first 4 games and then you don't know after that. You don't know because you don't know if it's going to be dismissed till after the season. You don't know if it's going to be a mid-season suspension. Obviously, the most likely is a mid-season suspension. So I was thinking of taking Garrett because my idea is I want to get it's a 2 wide receiver, 1 flex league. So I'm going to get my 2 wide receivers and then a flex, and then I'm going to get my running back.
But slow down on that plan. You're cementing something, and you don't know how the board's going to look. Like I know that's kind of what you're aiming for, but you got to roll with what the board's giving you.
Yeah, that is true.
Let me merge this call 1 second.
You're good.
I'm gonna hold. 803. You're on the line, but please mute yourself. I'll be right with you. So what I will tell you this, what I was trying to get at is this 5.1. We might see this fall back into round 4. Because I believe the smarter sharper fantasy football people out there are looking at this from a positive light. But I have seen quite a number of big talking head people act like this is a bad thing. So I don't know what's going to influence what people. Our people will be on the lookout for this being, potentially a better situation for Rice and the Chiefs. But some people are peddling this out there like, you want to take care of this early so that, when you get into the deeper in the season, you don't have them ripped from the team. And then all of a sudden you're trying to make the playoffs. I'm sorry, but it still matters that you start off 4-0 or 3-1 in your march to the playoffs. It also does matter that Patrick Mahomes is humming. The offense is humming. And if your best player is not on the field, aside from Patrick Mahomes, guess what you're not going to do is hum. You're not going to hum much at all.
Yeah.
And so if you start off 2-2, 1-3, whatever the case may be, you're going to then get Rice back. And what's he going to be? Rusty. And then he has another bad game. Then he's really out 5 games, and then maybe 5.5, and then he starts getting on. The people that say that Rice getting suspended earlier is better, they aren't thinking it through at all, because there's no way he doesn't walk in with rust while his team's been playing ball for 4 weeks and he's trying to fit in and mesh well. He's balling out in week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then he steps away as if he had a little hamstring tightness, steps away, and then when he comes back, he's balling out again. There's no cobwebs. There's no a rough patch where they're trying to get in sync. It's full motion. And so, can you turn I don't know who's got the radio on in the background, but other caller, keep muted if you are. At the end of the day, my whole point is, if you've got to take this guy at 4, so be it. But I think that your Garrett Wilson, Rice, you almost got to go Garrett Wilson and hope that Rice falls one more round. My thinking is that if Garrett Wilson goes in 4, Rice will go in 5. If Garrett Wilson went in 3, Rice would go in 4. He should trail him by a good round.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. But man, I really appreciate you answering that for me. I don't want to bother you too long. I'll let you go. But
all right,
I really
you're good,
appreciate you, man. You're awesome. You're awesome. Thank you.
All right, man. Tell Pops I said what's up. Hey, tell your Pops I'm going to send him to the moon right now. All right, standing ovation.
To the moon.
What was your name again, bro?
Edwin.
Edwin 302. Okay, I got it in here. So yeah, tell your Pops we love him back. All right, later, bro.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Have a good night. Later.
All right, let's see here. Next caller is, who is this? 803. What's your name, 803, and where are you calling from?
Oh, hey, man, this is Clint. I'm in North Carolina.
Clint?
Yeah.
What's up, my boy?
Hey, I got we're down here in Pantherland, hoping Bryce can pull it off this year.
He's looking sharp, bro. He's making me proud because I've been kind of wrong on Bryce Young because I had him pegged as being better than CJ Stroud, and boy, did that look wrong for a time. And now it seems to be caller. Just mute yourself real quickly. That seemed. You what?
I hope he has a good year. He's just a really good guy.
Oh, dude, he's such a fun person to root for. He's a good kid. His resiliency, to bounce back from the situation that he was, kind of handed, for unfortunate situation of getting benched. And then, I really, really like Bryce Young's demeanor. I like his skill set. He's kind of smaller, but he's proven that doesn't matter, so I'm definitely pulling from him, pulling for him. Everybody seems to love the kid. And, quite honestly, I feel like the predictions that I had for him that didn't quite pan out are starting to feel pretty good. So we'll see if he
definitely. Well, yeah, I hope you're right. I just had a quick keeper question.
Yeah.
It might sound obvious, but I just wanted to. It won't take long, but it's a 12-man. It's a full PPR, and it's a 1 quarterback, and it's a keeper. We get 1 keeper. So I can choose between, I can get Bucky in the 13th round, or I can get Bo Nix in the 18th round. So which one would you pick?
Bucky in the 13th or Bo Nix in the 18th in a super flex?
No, it's a 1 quarterback.
Yeah, you can't keep a quarterback, bro, in a no, Bucky. That's not even a debate, my boy. Not even close. Yeah, I mean, you're not keeping a. First of all, where are you drafting Bucky if you're doing a draft right now, bro?
Well, I mean, I figured if I went ahead and got Nick, because a lot of the quarterbacks are.
It doesn't matter. Just real quickly, go through the exercise with me, okay?
Second.
Okay, so where are you drafting Bo Nix?
Well, that's what I'm not sure. I mean, I'm probably 6 or 7, I guess.
So what on God's green earth would make you even answer this question this question?
Well, I just wonder. I mean, that 5 rounds of extra. I don't know. I just have never been put in that position. I mean, they're. So,
I know.
I knew you'd say, but
I know, but yeah. What round do you keep it, Bucky?
So, but I got him last year in the 13th, so I get to do that again if I pick him. And then Nick's, I just picked up in the year. So I
just don't understand how you'd even question this. The details of it, they speak for themselves. Like you're taking a guy that you draft in the second round in round 13. Doesn't matter if Nix is the last pick in the draft. You're gonna take Penix Jr., Bo Nix. You'll get a quarterback exactly like him at his ADP later. There's nothing to think here, bro. It's almost a one of the worst decisions in fantasy football history if you were to do this. That's how bad it is.
All right, I got you.
It's an awful. I'm trying to help you. It's an awful question. It's one of the worst questions I've been asked all month. I'm just trying to really make sure you understand it, just so you don't walk away going, yeah, but I still. There's nothing to. The only thing you could do is keep a quarterback in a super flex over that value. Bucky, you win a league. Think about it. You're getting Bucky and whatever quarterback you want that's available when he's available. Just take it. But Bucky's free. Go get Bucky. Right. All right. Got to go. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Later. Oh, man. Hold on, caller. Let me just make this draft selection real quickly. Let's go. Damn. I'm going to cue McBride so I don't time out. So we'll go McBride. Very balanced team so far, so I really do like what I've got cooking here. It's definitely unusual. This is a marathon, by the way. Marathon is all about getting to that end. Torrey Horton a pickup? No, because he should be on your roster already. Let's see here. Burrow. It's marathon. I do like that value a little bit. This is a little early here, but I don't really care. It's not that early because his ADP clearly climbed. And in this format, he's going right about, I'd say he's about 10 picks away from this, so I'm taking him about 8 to 10 picks early. But I'm not going to make it down and back, so this makes a ton of sense. Trump Force says, just drafted in an auction 12-team PPR suggestions. JD5, Tyreek, McLaurin, Barkley, CMC, Okonkwo, DK, Travis Hunter, I assume, Cup, Warren, Ford. Well, I mean, Trump Force, you went against all of my, beliefs of fantasy football drafting. So you're asking me what to do on a team that I only like about half of it because you went against everything I've said all offseason, except for on Travis Hunter and JD5, which I like. But Tyreek, McLaurin's even very risky and injury, prone this year from the holdout. Barkley, CMC couldn't be riskier running backs, even though you got tons of upside there. Tyreek, Barkley, and CMC are very shiny toys. It looks really awesome. Even a team, there's a team like that in one of my leagues that has, I believe, CMC, Tyreek Hill, and who's the other one? I don't think it's Barkley. It's CMC, Tyreek Hill, and another injury-prone player with the workload that's just scary as hell. And I admit, you look at it and you're like, oh, I mean, the names are huge, but the odds of this team, having all three of those guys humming, it's hard to say. But it's fun. It's fun, bro. I'd have to say if I had one team like this, I'd be okay with it. But I don't know that I would do this in a lot of leagues. I just would have mixed it up a little bit. At the end of the day, what people don't understand about me is I'm all about the future. I don't care about the past. The past can tell me what the future looks like. Sure. And I do believe we have a certain skill set to be able to figure that out better than anybody else. But I believe that Hendy will be more valuable than CMC this year at the end of the year. And people can say whatever they want about that. I really don't care. This is what we got when we said Achane would be what Achane is. Look where Achane's going now. I took him at ADP practically, maybe a pick or two early at 10 overall. You remember 2 years ago what people said to us about Achane? Wouldn't last. He's going to get hurt. He's trash. Why do you want him? He'll never stay healthy. Well, that's not the way it's working out right now, is it? Now Achane is a monster. So you can say what you want about freaking Hendy. I hope this guy lasts to me. Don't do it. Yes. Yes. Rashi Rice still going around 5. Maybe he's not going to climb in value, guys. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. Okay, we're on the clock again. Let me scroll down a little bit. I wish I could expand this, but it's not letting me right now. It's giving me a page error on the full layout here. Let's go with while I would love to wait on this cat, I don't think he lasts to me, so we're going to go with Patty Mahomes here. I don't know why I can't. Let me go back to this full screen, and I'll see if I can mess with it while I'm on the phone lines here. Trone, back to Trone's question real quickly. Trone, I don't hate your team. You obviously got some big monsters on the squad. No one's saying you don't have a really, really, really good squad. You know, the way that it, you know, you at first glance, it's like JD5, Tyreek, McLaurin, Barkley, CMC, Okonkwo, DK, Travis Hunter. It's good, but I don't want all of these risk factors on my team. You have Barkley alone, fine. You got Tyreek Hill alone, fine. You got CMC alone, fine. But all three of them, I would just try and move them. So maybe you're moving CMC for a player like Hendy, and now you can ask for a London. London and Hendy for CMC is something you could probably pull off. You know, BTJ and Hendy, Harvey and BTJ. So Trone, that's probably where I'm taking that. I don't care how good it looks on paper. I don't feel it. Where would you take Travis Hunter in IDP? It completely depends on your projection, my boy. Meaning, if your projection says he's the number 1 overall player, then your point system has to come into play here. So do me a favor, go to your scoring, click on 2025 projections, tell me where he ranks overall, and tell me where he ranks amongst wide receivers. Give me both of those exact answers. He's the wide receiver 2 projected, and he's the number 1 overall or 5 overall player. Then come back to me, and then I can give you proper advice, because I can't give you advice until you give me that information. 2 more super chats, then I'll hit the phone line, guys. So just hang tight real quickly. Let me see if this will expand now. It does. It really sucks that the full board isn't showing. Yeah, I can't. Unfortunately, I can't show the full board right now. It's just giving a page error. So we'll have to go back to. Poppy says, "Yo, Smitty, would you go BTJ and Hunter later rounds?" Oh yeah, I already answered that one. Yes, sir. You bet your bottom dollar. And then before I answer this question here, just drafted in an auction. Okay, I answered that one already. And would you go BTJ? I got that one. And I think Leo, did I answer your question, Leo? Just traded Barkley in a second for Bucky in a first. Yes, that was an amazing trade. Thank you very much for that super chat. I'm all caught up on super chats. Gentlemen, let me just draft real quick and then I'll hit the phone line. Best available player right now, Travis Kelce's there. ETN is there. If I wanted to do that stack, I could. I'll probably go Travis Kelce here. So just so people can see my full team. Unfortunately, this freaking board is pissing me off that I can't show you guys the entire board at once. Maybe I can do this. Get a little bit of room there. Okay, ETN. Did ETN go? Guys, listen. Draft your own team, bro. Jeez. You know what? I'm going bully tight end. Triple bully tight end. I'm going to try that out. You like them apples? It's wild. Triple bully tight end. Kelsey, Ingram, McBride. Which is a strategy, I might remind you all. Everything is a strategy. Everything gives you some sort of crazy advantage. In best ball. I would never recommend doing that with your second and third round picks or anything, though. I was going to time out anyway. Honestly, I don't like anything in the next 10 or 15 picks. All right, one more super chat, and then I'm cleared up to speak to you fine folks on the phone line. $10 holler. Can you show us where Isaiah Bond is in your waiver board? Who you drop from the taxi squad? Woody Marks, Monungai, Thornton. Probably not any one of those guys, but maybe Monungai. But I'm not dropping Thornton. I'm not dropping Woody Marks. Bench is Joshua Palmer, Christian Kirk. I don't need Palmer or Kirk. I would drop those guys or Monungai. Monungai's interesting though, so maybe you drop Christian Kirk. I know some people like him, but I'm not. Yeah. This is such a snipe environment right here, which is insane because I can't believe that we had 3 or 4 people in this draft. Let me see if I can minimize this one more time and then zoom in. Okay, so that should give us a little bit more real estate. I know it's a little harder to read. All right, phone line. Let me go over to who's the caller that was first. I think it was 502. What's your name, 502, and where are you calling from? Thank you for waiting.
Yo, it's K from LA.
Who from LA?
K.
K. What's up, K from LA? What can I do for you?
I got the 8th pick in a 10-man league. I'm taking Gente every time, and then H if he comes around, but sometimes he doesn't. If at that spot, would you go Bucky or London? Because I'm like an RB.
I would rotate it. I know that's not what you want to hear, but I wouldn't be married to one versus the other because I want both of them, bro. They're both fantastic.
Gotcha.
There's just no way. There's no way to really suggest that one is gonna be better than the other. To be honest, they're both fantastic.
Yeah, I figured I can't go wrong.
Especially it's the position of. Let's go, man. Do I go Reed here? Hold on. I think I'll go Reed here. Banged up right now, but I mean he's such a good player. And then let me just make this pick and then I'll swing back over to you. 1 second, bro. All right. Running back. Jaden Blue. Ray Davis was so awesome here before, but I'm gonna go Jaden Blue here. So Blue, Henderson. Let me scroll up and show over in the squad, and then I'll tackle the phone calls. So Achane, London, McBride, Henderson, Rashee Rice, Pat Mahomes, Kelsey, Evan Ingram. Normally would not go triple bully tight end. Usually I just go 2 if I'm going to do that, but I was running out of time and I didn't like any of the options on the board, and so rather than timeout, I just said screw it. We'll do it. We'll try it. Don't recommend anybody do bully tight end from a higher spot. Don't try it at 2 and 3. You can only do it when things are getting dry. When the board's kind of, we don't even like who's there, then who cares? There's a lot of rhyme and reason to having that tight end position dominated, because there'll be people that have 2-3 points at the position sometimes, and I'm literally going to have maybe 10 to 15, 12 to 15 points a game from that one spot alone. And given that I still like London, Rice, and Reed, I still think it's good. I think it's really good. And then the fact that I've got Hendy, Achane, and Jaden Blue, I'm feeling pretty good about the overall depth of the squad, even though it does feel like going those 3 tight ends is risky for sure. All right, bro, what was the last thing you said?
With the new Rice news, I feel like he's not really coming around to that late 5 pick anymore. And I really like Rice, but I didn't know if Jason and Garrett Wilson is a safer 3-4 round pick.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're taking Garrett Wilson over Rice right now. But look where he fell to this draft, bro. He fell to the freaking 5.10. 5.10.
Yeah, so that's kind of like, would you rather have JSN and Garrett Wilson and then hope Rashid Rice falls down, or would you just
you have to
Wilson and Rashid
you
Rice?
have to take Garrett Wilson and JSN too, because as I told the other caller, if JSN and Garrett Wilson go in 3, that means Rice is going 4. If Garrett Wilson falls to 4, that means Rice is going 5. There's a space between the two that just almost kind of like a buffer that shoves him down. You know?
Yeah, for sure. All right, that's all I have, Smitty.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Sure. All right, let's see here. Someone's on the phone line here. This is the River. What's up, River? And then the next caller is going to be 803. Go ahead, River.
You can go to the next caller.
Whoa. We can't hear a word you're saying, bro, with that background noise. River? Yeah, we're not going to do that. Call back when it's clear. 803, you're live. What's your name and where are you calling from, 803? I don't know if maybe it's my phone. I don't think it's my phone line. I'm gonna close the phone line out and everybody can dial back in if they want. Trey Benson's not bad here. I'm gonna cue him. I like that. And then that guy's listening though. I was gonna maybe do something different right here. Let's go Trey Benson right here. So now I've got Achane, Hendy, Jaden Blue, Trey Benson. Benson's pretty solid. Tootin'. So I'm kind of done at running back. Let me just check my bye weeks real quickly. Achane, yeah, I'm pretty good on bye weeks. I mean, bye week 8 I lose 2 guys, but I have 3 others. So Achane, Hendy, Blue, Benson, Tootin'. Really strong. Mahomes is my QB. Wide receivers are London, Rashid Rice, and Jaden Reed. And then my tight ends are McBride, Kelsey, Ingram. So it's a pretty good team. It's pretty solid. And keep in mind, this is a marathon. I like it. Phone line's open, dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
And I always have tricks up my sleeve for my wide receivers. So whenever people say things like, oh, Smitty, your wide receivers look too thin, understand that I don't like drafting wide receivers like in 10, 11, 12 at all. Or maybe like 11, 12, 13 round territory. Hey, Smitty, who do you think 3.5 is too soon to take Hendy? Yes. I mean, we got to wait until his ADP climbs there. If the ADP suggests that he won't make it to your 4 point whatever, but I doubt it says that. I bet you're just freaking out. I bet you just, Greg, you don't want anybody else to do it and grab him. But you can't grab him at 3.5 when his ADP. Look where I got him. In a shark-infested environment, I still got Hendy at freaking 4.3. You just got to be careful. It's not smart business to start reaching on guys like an entire round. Mute yourself real quick, caller, and make sure there's no background noise if you could. It's just not smart business to go that way. Hey, and then you said hoping to get Lamb and one of Bucky, Brown, or Jacobs. I don't like Jacobs in round 2 at all. So Smitty approved Bucky or Chase Brown with Lamb, or, you know, even if you went Genty, obviously Gibbs, anybody like that in round 1. But I love Bucky, Brown, London in round 2, not Jacobs. And then Hendy's just too early, bro. You can't. Tell me where the suggested rank is on the platform that you're drafting. Tell me what is, and don't lie. Tell me what his ADP is, and tell me if his ADP exceeds where your 4th round pick is going to be. If it doesn't, we can have a little bit of a conversation about it as a chat and see what the chat thinks. But I don't know, bro. And let me just make my pick here. I'm currently about to be on the clock. Definitely prefer going wide receiver. Let me scroll down a little bit. And we got so many snipers in this up in this mug. There's so many people that went like 2 rounds early. You can read it all over their face. I mean, come on. I guess we'll go Thornton here. This is absolute madness. Taking Penix Jr. and Ward. It's so early, bro. It's so early. What else did you snipe? I guess I'll go A-Rod. I hate that. There's no way in another draft I'm not getting Ward or Penix Jr. Especially Penix Jr. at like 140, 150. Damn, Aaron Rodgers. That's probably where my downfall, I believe, is that I don't have the quarter. I mean, look, Mahomes could stay healthy all year, ball out all year, but I wanted the optimal scoring, scenario going with Penix Jr. or Ward or somebody like that. But you can't have nice things in a community when you're drafting with them. You just can't. There's no way. 49, Casey says Rice is 49 on his platform. I really want that guy to tell me where. First of all, I want the first guy to tell me where Travis Hunter is projected in wide receiver scoring for the IDP question, and where he's projected overall. And then I want the other guy to tell me, what was the question? Where Hendy's ADP is. How far off is it from his draft slot? All right, caller on the line is, let's go to the 281. What's your name, 281, and where are you calling from?
Yo, what's up, Smitty? Yeah, I remember T from Tempe. I don't know if you remember me, but
T
I just
from...
had a quick.
Okay. What's up?
I just had a quick question about my wide receivers, and I was just wondering if I can just hear what your opinion is about it.
All right.
So I got Drake London. I got Travis Hunter, and then I got Mbuka, and then I got Debo on the bench, and Brandon Ayuk. And I'm just wondering, I don't know where you would put, what should be my wide receiver 2 or anything like that.
Well, you got London, Hunter, Debo, Mbuka.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing and undervalued. And I bet you that people look at it and go, yeah, you're weak at wide receiver. Don't worry about what anybody says about this crew, bro. This crew is so underrated. This is an underrated. It gives you the ability to then go get the stacked running backs that I'm almost positive you have. So who are your RBs?
I got RJ Harvey and Bijan.
So, yeah, you're looking good with Bijan and Harvey. And then who's your quarterback?
Josh Allen.
Yeah, see, you can't build stuff like that unless you creatively go get, situations like this, my boy. So that was.
Yeah, I mean, my tight end is Evan Ingram, but I don't really want to. I feel like Ingram's gonna be good this year, so I don't really want to change that. But yeah,
I like your team a lot. Let me make these let me make these 2 picks real quick. Hold on.
You got it.
Yeah, I'll be honest. This team didn't end up. Sometimes when you're in too hardcore of a snipe environment, you try something, and then you just don't get. I'm not getting the depth that I would have. I know I would have. So unfortunately, we're probably not winning this one with this team. Unfortunately, I would probably say at this point, I'm gonna go Torrey Horton. So my team's not bad. It just all they needed was a few things to fall. So here's what the team looks like. I'll scroll up and show you all. It's Achane, London, McBride, Henderson, Rice, Mahomes. Started off on fire. Kelsey, Ingram. In hindsight, should I have tried the 3 tight ends? No. I'm just being honest. It didn't work out. It could have worked out. It's not that this process doesn't always work. You're taking a little bit of a risk that the right players fall. But we got sniped like crazy. Penix Jr. in 12. Ward in 13. Didn't get the depth that I wanted. ETN got sniped because I mentioned his name here in the 8th round. In the 8th round. Ingram. So after I went Kelsey, Ingram, Reed, and then Blue, Benson, Tootin. The running backs are great. Achane, Hendy, Blue, Benson, Tootin. The receivers are London, Rice, Reed, Thornton, Pat Bryant, Torrey Horton. Still decent. I mean, Horton becomes the guy we think he can become. That's an amazing wide receiver 4. And then I got McBride, Kelsey, Ingram. Still a really good team. I do like it. Do I think it's my best, capable, whole thing? Probably not. But I do like it. It's not bad. I just need to make sure I grab one more QB. I've got bye week 10 Mahomes and a bye week 5 Aaron Rodgers, which I'm not thrilled about Aaron Rodgers, to be frank. My wide receiver stable has pretty good depth bye week wise, so I just need one more wide receiver and one quarterback, which is probably how I'm going to operate the end of this draft. So one more wide receiver would probably be my favorite wide receiver, probably of the final 2 rounds. I'm drafting this guy constantly when I'm in the final 2 rounds. Not earlier. You don't need to. He barely goes at all. In fact, his ADP is probably right at the top of round 18. And I'll wait to show you who I'm taking. But I'm going to take him because I don't want to get sniped by saying his name. He'll probably go just because I said that. People are going to go, who's that? Oh, yeah, it's probably this guy. Then he's going to go. But this is one of my favorite wide receivers right now in round 18. Understand what I'm saying. Not round 15, not as my wide receiver 3, but I'm taking him over and over and over again right now. And I go through waves of this. I don't necessarily stick to it the whole time. I was taking Arroyo like clockwork. Now I'm not taking Arroyo as much. But I think we salvaged this wide receiver room pretty well. Getting London, Rashee Rice, Jaden Reed, Thornton, Pat Bryant, Horton, and then the guy I'm about to pick right now, who I think is just going to have 4 or 5 spike weeks for you. Even if he doesn't play consistent in best ball, it's different. In best ball, he will ball in at least 4 or 5 games. And that is Isaac Tesla, who did fall to me barely. Tesla is just a monster spike week performer. It's in his genetics. It's in his DNA. We'll probably have a Tesla video, just so you know. We're going to have a Tesla video. Might be somewhat a cousin video to the Lionheart. That's how aggressive and fun this guy is. He's just fun to own, fun to cheer for. I'm probably going to go Shadur here because I have a weak quarterback backup quarterback room. Aaron Rodgers, Shadur could be better. Not the end of the world though. So I got Pat Mahomes, Achane, Henderson, Blue, Benson, Tootin, Drake London, Rice, Reed, Thornton, Pat Bryant, Horton, Tesla, then McBride, Kelsey, Ingram. Not bad. Kind of a good recovery at the wide receiver position, to be honest with you. I getting Thornton, Horton, and Tesla feels pretty damn good. So I'm going to back out of that. We're going to go into everybody hunt on over on the Underdog app. I'll give you a minute. I'm not going to hit it yet because I want all of us to try and get in together. So here is the link. If you want to sign up for Underdog, it's right there. I'm going to pin the link in the live chat right now. Please use code Smitty. If you don't use the link will insert code Smitty for you. But jump on over to the Underdog app. Use the link to download and pull up the Underdog app. I'll give you 2 minutes to sign up. It should take you no more than 2 minutes to sign up. So click that link. In the meantime, everybody go to the lobby on the Underdog app. Make sure Originals is at the bottom. You have that selected. And then when you pull up the Originals tab, swipe over, I believe, 3 or 4 times, maybe 5, to the Puppy 3, click it, and then wait. We're not going to jump in yet. Let me go to the phone callers that are holding. Bro, did you have anything else? Who was I talking to? It was 815. Anything else, my boy?
No, you good. Peace out.
Later, bro. All right. Who is this right here? 571. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, it was good, Smitty. Dom from DC.
Dom from DC?
So I'm trying to figure out, like, life on the line, bro. Like, I know you hear this question every day. Like, bro, I'm sorry, but like, life on the line, Bucky Irving or Drake London, like, your life depends on it, bro. Like, please, bro.
I have qualifying questions. Let's get into this draft and then I'll answer it. Guys,
all right.
In 10 seconds, we're going to click on the green enter button on the Puppy 3 20-second draft. Please click the link if you want to get in on this. And even if you don't get in, draft alongside of us. Use the process that you're watching and then, enjoy. Click it. Go ahead. They fill very quick. We won't all get in the same draft. You have to understand that. What were you saying, bro? Bucky or London? So qualifying question is who do you have in round 1?
Genty, no question, or A-Chain.
Okay. Then I'd probably say. And what kind of running backs do you think you're going to get down in the third round?
Hendy or Brees Hall. Hendy, Brees Hall, RV. That's the three other.
I mean, be careful.
Down blue.
I mean, be careful taking Hendy in the third round, though. Just like we're saying.
Oh yeah, no. I have the early fourth. I have the 4.02, so that's where I'm probably going to take him.
I would say so. If you're getting Hendy, then you're obviously already committing. If you did go Bucky, you're committing to 3 running backs right there, which I don't hate, because if you can get Hunter and Debo or Buka with it to go with your one wide receiver like Garrett Wilson, then it's pretty fire. But London's gonna. I mean, if we pencil it out, bro, London's gonna get 1,300 plus yards, 12 or more touchdowns, 100 plus receptions. It's pretty damn safe. Bucky, you're probably going to get, I would imagine, a 1,090 to 1,100, or it could be 1,200 yards. I mean, it's hard to really know. He's going to get a lot of receiving yards. So if he doesn't get a boatload of receiving yards, he's going to have 1,300 yards rushing. Like, it just kind of depends on how they use him. But he's getting 10-plus touchdowns, 45 to 50 receptions. Who knows? I don't know, man. That's. I would say if you have an RB already, I'm leaning a little bit toward London for you.
Right.
But either way it's glory. Is it full PPR?
Also, right. Yeah, full PPR. Also,
yeah, I lean toward London for you. For you. London for you.
All right.
But if you somehow get like BT or Lamb or something, then Bucky. So I would.
Right. Also, I'll say this: my league is RB heavy. They already announced that before. Like we were like playing around, like, because our draft is tomorrow, so we have our chat together, and they said, "Oh yeah, I'm going RB heavy," and everybody seems to agree with that method. And it's a QB heavy league also. It's only one QB, but they like their early quarterbacks. They like the early running backs. So I should probably direct the other way and get Drake London.
Yeah, and on that note here, depending on who gets picked here. I'm either going Genty, or I imagine he's going to go Genty here. This is the Fantasy Football Show draft, so neighbors, okay. I'm going to go Genty here, and then this pick is Craig.
Actually, that's the same. My bad. That's the same draft pick I have, the 1.11.
Okay, so this will be a good look. Henry, yeah. I'm not saying our people can't draft differently. Like, oh, he took Henry. Right. That's not what. Everyone's not robots. But we'll see. Puka, I think maybe that Craig might not be. I'm getting London and Genty, bro. I didn't go Bucky, so I'm gonna try the approach that we recommended for you. Let's see what it does.
Right.
I love Bucky, but the nice thing about going Genty in London is that you have such balance. You are a worry-free man when you get to your third and
Exactly.
fourth round picks. You don't have to do any sort of like dancing around. I have to do this. I don't have a receiver. What do I do here? Do I force it? And then you start getting pressured into.
But that feels cozy getting London at the.
Yeah, you start.
Empty.
Yeah, you start getting pressured to look at certain things a certain way. Let me get these 2 super chats out of the way. I'll let you stay on the phone line through about 3 or 4 more rounds to see.
Yeah, I got you. No worries.
Okay, so mute yourself real quickly if you don't mind, and then I'll swing back and see how you're feeling about what I'm doing. All right, T. Higgins, Ladd, or Tyreek in the 3rd round. Ladd by a country mile. This is where Ladd's a league winner. This is where Ladd belongs. Seeing Ladd in the 3rd round next to Higgins and Tyreek is like seeing Tet McMillan in round 6, where I can say to you he's a league winner. Tet's a league winner in round 6. Tet doesn't belong in round 3. Neither does T. Higgins, to be honest with you. I love T. Higgins in best ball, but I don't know that I would be taking T. Higgins in the 3rd round. This is an easy call. Ladd is the smash. Ladd wins leagues from that territory. That's where he belongs, and that's where I love drafting Ladd McConkey. Overall, Hunter is one for all players other than QB. Wow. The league is super flex, and I have the 11. Don't know if I should go him or Hurts. You got to go quarterback if Hurts is there, my guy. You got to take Mahomes even if he's there. You got to get one of those top 5-6 quarterbacks. And then, honestly, I'd take Hunter with that next pick. Unless you think you can still get Mahomes in the 2nd round, because it sounds to me like if Hurts is going to be available at your 11 pick, it sounds like your community doesn't really value quarterbacks like they should in a super flex. And I venture to say you know your league better than I do. And while watching William is going to sit here and go, Hurts in 11, that won't happen. It can. Super flexes are all over the map. Some people don't know how to draft in super flexes, and it sounds like his league doesn't know what they're doing because Hurts has no business being there at 11. So maybe if Hurts is there at 11, you think in your particular league, take Mahomes in 2 and go Hunter in 1. If it's IDP, he breaks leagues, my boy. He breaks leagues. So I'm all for it. Smitty on board. What do we got here? JD5. You guys are grabbing these quarterbacks so early. Damn.
Yeah, my home league actually drafts quarterbacks.
Hold on 1 second, my boy. Hold on 1 second. Let's go. I'll go with everybody here. I'll go Hurts. Why not? I'm going balanced. Oh, I should have asked you what you wanted to do. Damn it. Because honestly, I don't know if you would take Hurts there.
I would take Hurts there. I would 100%.
Okay. So let's just see what this looks like. And we can reverse engineer it a little bit too. I was going to time out and I didn't really want to potentially reach on anything. Now I can go Trey Henderson or Rice. Which one do you like better?
Ooh, that's hard because I'll get Hendy because that 5th round RB definitely takes a zip there. I'll take it.
Okay. So we got Genty, London, Hurts, and Hendy.
Yeah.
And if I didn't go Hurts, you could technically, if you wanted to, I wouldn't recommend it necessarily all the time to people. But like, what if you could go Rice instead of Hurts, and you'd have London, Rice, and then you'd have Hendy and Genty.
Hurts is fine because you could still get a Hunter, George Pickens, maybe Ted McMillan.
Mm-hmm. His ADP is 16. Yeah, if I were you, bro, Mahomes or Hurts, and then I'd go Hunter after that to this guy right here. Okay. Hold on 1 second, bro. Let me get these other super chats out of the way. Watching CMC clips, and he looks weird when he's walking. Running looks okay, but walking, you can notice a weird strut, says Sam. He looks, I'm not going to lie, he looks quick, but it doesn't really matter because when you're in a game and you're getting hit, things they're going to hit differently on his body. Like running around and cutting and just jogging is not the same as running in a game, having the ball, lowering your head, and literally taking force of a 300-pound lineman. It's like you're hitting brick walls, and your Achilles are going to fire off at a 1,000-time different rate than when you're running downfield untouched in shorts, or even if you got a helmet and pads on. It doesn't matter. People acting like McCaffrey looks 100%. He looks 100% of his practice self, but you have no idea what he looks like in terms of being in his game form. So, we've seen McCaffrey. McCaffrey came back and looked like he was kind of didn't have a flare-up with his Achilles, and he'll always have the risk of those flare-ups. But when he came back and he didn't have a flare-up going on in his both bilateral chronic Achilles tendonitis, he ended up tearing his PCL immediately. Why do you think he tore his PCL? Bad luck? Or do you think his knees are so old and they've taken on so much mileage that a fall onto his kneecap tore his knee differently than it would have 2, 3, 4 years ago? Like, if McCaffrey would have fallen on the ground when he tore his PCL, he wouldn't have had the same injury, I think, 2 years ago. Sorry about call. I'm at work. River, you can call back. It was just really loud. I have a 200 fab because of a trade. Rest of my league has 100. What should I drop on Bond or wait for a better player? I don't think Bond is somebody that you need to go drop in a full load drop on, bro. In another league, get him if you can. Bond is no guarantee whatsoever right now. He's so far behind. Don't think of it like that. All right, bro, we're on the clock. Of course, Debo goes. There's no way he was going to fall.
Dang, bro, of course, bro.
I know.
But yeah.
Laporta?
I would probably take Mahomes if he's still available. Just for like bully QB, maybe. I don't know.
He's not there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
Actually, hold on.
And then I'll go.
So we got Igbuka. We got Mahomes. Mahomes was there. I'm sorry, he was.
Honestly, I go with Buka.
Buka or Mahomes, either one, or do you like somebody else? We got
Buka.
Okay, this guy goes con. This guy's definitely not watching the show. There's no way. Buka, Mahomes. You hear me? Listen to the words coming out of my mouth. We're taking Buka. You got Kamara, Buka, Mahomes. You pick. Your call.
Buka.
All right. We do need another receiver. Yeah. So what I would say here is, just for reference, Debo would have fallen if we weren't drafting with 11 maniacs. Well, 10, because the guy in the 12 spot's not one of us. But 10 other maniacs, we would have had Debo and Igbuka. And so you would have had London, perfect. Debo, Igbuka, Hendy, Genty, Hurts would have been a phenomenal team. But because Debo is going to get sniped, there's no chance. It is what it is.
Yeah, I already had a feeling that there's going to be snipers. That's why I was like, damn, I should have never started that out. Like, bro, I mean, of course, they would have sniped anyways because they've been sniping the whole spring. But
yeah. All right, my boy. I'm going to let you go. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
All right, later. All right, I'll go to Travis after this. 209 as quickly as you can.
Yeah, quick question. Fifth pick, non-PPR league. Who would you pick in the first round and second round? As for running backs.
I mean, there's not one person, my man. It's not that way it works, Otherwise, why would we even do any of it? You know what I mean? That's such a vague question. What's the league? What's the scoring? Is it super flex? Is it not? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many avenues. Like, is it running back hungry? Are running backs going to fly off the board? Like, there's no way to answer this question. It's the question I get every day, all day. I don't mind it, but it's like, give me some context. Or maybe instead of wasting the question on that, like, what do I do? I'm in the 6th spot. Like, give me, hey, what 4 players, rank these 4 players. Or, hey, if I do go, if I'm pretty set on going Lamb or Bijan here, what would you do in round 2? London or Bucky? Like, those are a little bit more helpful. Otherwise, it's like, what do I do in round pick 6? I don't know, bro. I don't know what I would do in pick 6 unless I'm on the clock. That's why I draft every night. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be hard on you. I'm just trying to help you with the, getting help.
Yeah.
It's just hard to.
One last.
Yeah, go ahead.
Last one. In a dynasty league, I know you said Isaiah Bond not worth your fab. I have Cedric Tillman. Should I keep him or should I trade him away?
I like Tillman a little bit, but do I think Bond's a little bit better potential for a dynasty? I would probably say yeah. I don't think Tillman's gonna be. I like Tillman a little bit. I do. So I don't know. I'm torn on that one. I do like Bond a lot, but Bond's got a long road ahead of him. He's got no draft capital. He's just getting signed right now, so they have no real commitment to him. It's kind of a tough situation, to be honest. It's really kind of hard to value that. But I will say, let me go Jaden Reed here. I will say I do like Bond more as a player. I just don't know if he's going to be given a shot anymore, than anybody else. But I like him a lot. I think he's very talented. He's also going to have a chip on his shoulder, which is kind of intriguing, that he's going to be like, what a story, to have been falsely accused and to come back and, earn a massive, role and become this, freaking, awesome player of the future or something like that. Story kind of writes itself.
All right. Thank you, Smitty.
All right, man. Later. Travis, you're live.
Hey, so earlier when I asked you just to kind of rank for redraft, Puka Lad and A.J. Brown, where would MHJ go in with those guys? For redraft specifically.
MHJ versus who?
Puka Lad and A.J. Brown.
I'm going to go Puka 1, Lad 2, A.J. Brown 3 because of the injury risk.
Then where would MHJ fit in?
Oh, sorry. In between Lad and AJB. Even if, but in a sort of a trick question, again, is like, can I get away with more? Can I draft MHJ the next round?
Right. I'm kind of ignoring draft. I'm just thinking in terms of how will they finish. Obviously, I know when I'm drafting, I have to take them at the appropriate spot.
Mm-hmm.
If it comes down to, like, obviously I like to draft someone over Lad at the ADP. Is it worth passing on a Lad so I can get an MHJ? Kind of taking those things around my drafts coming up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I couldn't draft an injured AJB right now over MHJ, over JSN, over. I mean, honestly, I'd rather have. Again, it just comes down to like cost of entry. Like, would I rather have a running back there like Hampton, over AJB? Yeah. At the end of the day, I am gonna want Hendy over AJB. For those that pisses off, I don't really care. But what am I gonna get away with on draft day? I'm gonna get away with Hampton around 4. AJB's not going in 4, so I don't need to draft Hendy over AJB. But when the season kicks off and it's week 2 or 3, and you go trying to get Hendy using your AJB, even if AJB is healthy, you probably won't be able to pull it off. The values will change quickly. And while people think it's crazy now to be comparing the two again, I'm not saying to draft Hendy in 3 where AJB goes if he falls there. But would I, once the season kicks off, view this differently? I think we all will. Which will be kind of, funny to watch people change their opinion. I don't know about this team. It's pretty decent. Genty, London, Hurts, Hendy, Laporta, Ibuka, Reed, ETN. Honestly, I got to do this now. So I just drafted the entire Jaguar backfield. And I'm done at running back. So Genty, Hendy, and then all the Jaguar backfield. And the bye weeks are not going to work. I need one more running back. Because I have almost all of them on bye week 8, but Henderson. So I just need one more running back to cover that bye week, which will be fine. I can go light. I could go 2 quarterbacks, or with Hurts, I could go 2 quarterbacks, so that'll be fine. Or go 2 tight ends, depending on who I get with Laporta. So that'll be an easy fix. And then, the receiving room. The receiving room is London, Igbuka, Reed, and then I'm still light. What else you got, Travis?
Yeah, I'm really interested to see over these next couple preseason games and stuff to watch Tootin, because part of me almost thinks they're better off moving ETN. I mean, even if he looks good, but he's a free agent next year. I don't think they're going to keep him next year.
I think they're moving.
So, and I actually think Liam Cohen kind of went into the draft thinking, I'm drafting my 2 guys, Tootin and blanking on the other guy, the other running back he took, good pass catcher and stuff. But Bigsby has kind of shown out so much he has to do. Obviously, considering, like you said, if Bigsby's that good, it's, he's going to be in the way. But I mean, it just seems like every week you hear something good about Tootin. Whether it's the run he had against, Pittsburgh in the touchdown run in the preseason game, or just that practice in camp. Seems like he's starting to come around. At first you didn't hear a lot. He fumbled that first day or whatever, but it definitely sounds good.
Yeah, Tootin's going to eventually start games. That I have no doubt about. It doesn't mean that Bigsby won't succeed, but at some point, Tootin's going to start games. I don't know that he'll keep it. Maybe Bigsby, ends up getting his job back if he was to get banged up, but there's no way I can't envision Tootin starting a handful of games. I really see it. And I don't say that in predicting the demise of Bigsby, but I do draft both of them no matter what. I'm going to go Keenan Allen here, who feels like a pretty safe wide receiver for this particular team. Having London, Buka, Reed, and Keenan Allen is definitely not the deepest wide receiver room in the world, but I still like it a lot. It's not bad. And then if we go on over to the RBs and damn it, you guys, go Cam Ward, because you can't get nice things. You can't get nice things. And you can't wait for Penix Jr. ever. You start telling everybody you drafted Penix Jr., and he gets sniped from you over and over and over. I know I complain about you guys sniping a lot. I'm just joking. Kind of. Hey, Smitty, can we draft with you and just start kicking you in the nuts over and over? When people say, Smitty, we drafting tonight, it's just the way I hear it is like, Smitty, we kicking you in the nutsack tonight? Are we and just lining up and just straight kicks over and over? Are you excited? Are we doing it tonight? That's how it feels. Go ahead. All right, ready? Let's draft. Just fold my fingers in my hands, put my hands up. Go. Draft. Jeez.
I just wonder if they do it in other drafts.
I don't know. I hope you guys are drafted smarter outside of this community. I really hope you are. I'll be very disappointed to find out that you guys are taking Hendy in the 3rd round. Blue. God, how is it 11:30 already? Which means it's 2:30 Eastern. Like it was just 9. I went live late, but what?
Yeah, I was gonna say you were live until 11 on the 8 p.m. show. So.
Yeah. The problem for me is when I go, my 7:30 a.m. video drops are tough. I'm trying to do it as much as I can, and I'm trying to get to it every day. They're dropping every day, and during the season there'll be landmark videos for waiver wire, so I have to do them. But the problem is, I get off a show here at 12:15 a.m. I still got to work out, and I got to record a video, edit it, drop it, upload it, do all that. It's like, don't really during the day. I'm trying to, if I can get it done, but like today I couldn't record it during the day. This is like the 4th live stream today. We had the Rashee Rice, I don't even remember what day it is. I don't even know what videos I've done today. Truly.
The Judkins.
Yeah, so Judkins, then Rice, then the 8 p.m. show, and then this one, so it's 5. I'm not complaining. I love what I do, but you do get exhausted.
Yeah, let's see. Before this one, it was live for over 5 hours already.
Yeah.
And when
There's
I end up in,
some days I go live more than, a 9 to 5. Like the amount of hours I'm streaming is longer than the 9 to 5 job. And then I've got so much other stuff that I got to do. It's not like this is it. I just sign off and go to sleep. Yes, Pat Bryant.
hit that like. Not even 100 likes.
Yeah, come on, hit that like button. Do it live. Those are rookie numbers. All right, couple more phone calls, and then I don't know that I'm gonna do another draft.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
But if anybody would like to continue drafting tonight, all you got to do is go to Underdog. They'll match your first deposit 50%. It's a $10 minimum, only a $10 minimum, and they'll give you $5 if you do the $10 minimum. If you do 100, they'll give you 50. If you do 20, they'll give you 10. So smash this link right here. Hit that like button, please. Yes, we got almost 350 in here and 100 thumbs up. Hit that link. Sign up so that you're not missing out on Underdog the next time we draft. Do it live.
And just know if you get in a draft with Justin, they might close the whole thing down.
Yeah, Justin shut down single-handedly 1v1 drafts. Or 3-person drafts.
Pretty quite the ego.
We haven't had Justin, you out there? Calling. We haven't had Justin calling in a long time, and he calls in today. Remember, Justin's the one that challenges me. Hey, Smitty, I'll give you a $20 super chat if you do another draft. Hey, Smitty, I'll give you a $20 super chat if you do a 1v1 $50 draft. He calls in today, and he's like, Underdog stopped doing the 1v1 in the 3-person drafts because of me. We're like, why? What'd you do? He's like, because I kept taking advantage of everybody and winning them. And oh, what he did, and I can tell you, it doesn't matter. It's not Underdog's responsibility that somebody forgets that they queued a draft. Nor do I think the impact of what he's doing on the grand scale is like a fly on a skyscraper. But he basically joined a draft, right? But he'd only join it when he sees it's been sitting for like 5-10 minutes. Somebody's been joined and waiting for another opponent. So 1v1, and he'd wait, and then once it would be like 10 minutes, he'd join, and the person, he says, like, a lot of the time would auto, because they would forget that they're waiting, and they wouldn't be prepared. But it's like, the funny thing is, in a 1v1, your teams are stacked. The auto team is going to be nearly just as good as the user-built team. But I guess what would happen is they draft, like, 10 quarterbacks or something, and then he would win that contest pretty easily. So I guess he's saying he's made a ton of money doing that, but I highly doubt Underdog shut it down, because they started saying, well, this guy's winning a lot, we got to stop him. He's a whale, because they're paying out.
at their headquarters just having a meeting about it.
Yeah,
Stop the scam.
They're paying out a winner no matter what. So there's no skin off their back. I guess I'll go Woody Marks here. It's not the safest running back to pair with my quad 8 by week 8 guys, but I got faith in him. Let's see. Got 2 quarterbacks with different bye weeks. I definitely need another tight end that doesn't share the bye week of week number 8. Kate Otten is 9. I'll go ahead and smash that, I suppose. Oh, I'm exhausted. I do not want to run tonight either, but I have to. I'm staying on track. I'm down to I got to 206 yesterday or the day before when I hadn't eaten a breadcrumb all day until it was the evening, after the evening show, the 8 p.m. show. And I weighed myself right before, and I was 206.9 or 206.8. So I'm literally 6 pounds, roughly 6 pounds away from the goal weight. But, you eat a meal. My ideal weight's 199. I just I have to be under the 200 is when I'm feeling good. But I have very little stomach fat at all. I can't even keep stomach fat on. So, but at 207, I can. It's a weird weight. Everybody's got an ideal weight. I just found that mine is 199. Everybody's got an ideal weight. And that last 10 pounds is very, very uniquely different for everybody. And that 10 pounds is the abs. I literally have abs when I'm at 199, and at 207, I don't. I mean, I can. It's just going to be not quite, it's not going to be quite the same, lacking the body fat. But, so I'm just trying to get to that 199. But when I did weigh 199, if I ate, I was 204 when I went to bed, But now when I'm 207, I could be 209, if I eat a big meal or something. We'll see. But when I do get to 199, I can drink Mexican Coke again. I just maintain it. I just need to get there. I'm not going to drink it like I used to, probably. I imagine I can't do that, but I definitely can hammer down on those cane sugar Coca-Colas.
Yeah, those are killers.
I
stopped drinking Coca-Cola too.
Especially when you put them in the freezer, just get them nice and chilled. I always break them. They always explode in the freezer. Miss Smitty hates it. She's like, "Yeah, and then I just go out there and shit. And they're always exploded glass everywhere.
That's rough because they're glass.
Thanks for stealing Tesla. This guy is literally taking every single... Bro, come on, man. You should be taking Royals anyway because you have Mahomes. But you go ahead. It's just literally the whole draft. It's... Here we go. And the draft is concluding. My last pick, I've got 2 tight ends. I need either a quarterback or a tight end. Who am I going with? What tight ends are even there? I don't even think it's worth it. Laporta and Otten might not be the safest combo, but I would rather have another QB. So go with the Milrow, the 9, 10, 8 quarterback bye week. So Milrow, Cam Ward, and Jalen Hurts. I got Genty, Henderson, Etienne, Bigsby, Tootin, and Woody Marks. I've got London, Igbuka, Jaden Reed, Keenan Allen, Thornton, Pat Bryant, Royals, Laporta, and Kate Otten. Two drafts that just don't. They're just not very good tonight. They're okay. They're good. They're not great. It's sniping, but I'm not going to sit here and blame it all on that, but definitely didn't feel like I crushed these 2 drafts. And everyone says you always think you like your team. I don't. Look, tonight I drafted 2 pretty decent teams, but it's hard in Snipe City. It's still fun. I still love drafting you guys. Sometimes you guys will give me a different team that I'm not used to drafting, and I'll really, really like it. But it's not always the same. All right, I think I've answered all the super chats. The phone lines have been cleared, but Travis and this one right here, did I answer this already? Just drafted dots, 12-team PPR. Knicks, Bucky, Hampton, Nico, Rice, Hunter, Harvey, Pearsall, Loveland, starting Hendy, and Egbuka got sniped. Triple 18 Associates to the moon. So let me read this again because my brain's not absorbing it. Knicks, Bucky, Hampton, Nico, Rice, Hunter, Harvey. Like it. So the way my brain kind of processes this type of stuff is I look at it and I go, okay, like, just so you guys, like, also this is a good like rule of thumb for deciding if you made mistakes, or if you're trying to mock draft in a way, you can almost do it like this. This is the way I believe is very beneficial. Let me get rid of AJB, who's in the way. You're in the way, AJB. So you have Knicks, you have Bucky, you have Hampton, you've got Nico, you have Rice, you have Hunter. Actually, I'll put, yeah, Hunter and Pearsall and Loveland. So your first rounder is this man. Hold on. Travis, call back in. I'm sorry. Or no, that was Rock Out. Never mind. Travis is still there.
I'm here.
Let me merge Rock Out. He always calls him right at the end. He's just hang it up. Rock Out. What's up, my man? Hold on 1 second. Bucky. So Nico's around 1 pick. Bucky's around 2 pick. Mute yourself real quick, Rock. I got a little reverb. Your round 3 pick is Hampton. Your round 4 pick is Rice. Your round 5 pick is Hunter. And then you've got, what was it, Harvey as well? Jeez.
Yep.
So Harvey is your 6, or vice versa. Maybe this is your 5. And it doesn't matter where you took them. I'm just kind of like ranking them. And then 7, 8, whatever, 7, 8. This is a good team. At no point, and then you got Knicks, who's like an 8. At no point do you fall out of line with the rounds that you should be drafting players. You know what I mean? Like, if I get to this point, I'm like, okay, here's a 1, here's a 3, here's a 3. Like, where the hell is your second round value? So it's a kind of a good like scorecard in a way. Just kind of say to yourself, clear 4th round player. Clear. And if I was to tweak it, I would say Bucky almost worth the 1st round pick. Hampton almost worth the 2nd round pick. Nico's worth the 1st round pick. Rice, honestly, almost worth the 3rd round pick, but you're getting him at 4 or 5, which is great. Hunter, in my opinion, will be worth way more than a 6th round pick, so we'll call him like a 4 or 5. Harvey, a 4 or 5. So you really have almost your entire team deserving to be called maybe 4 or 5 round players. So very good team. I would say easily an 8.0. I try and leave a lot of room for improvement, but maybe even 8.5. 12-man, I mean, I was thinking even 10-man. 12-man, I'm going to say 8.7. Probably the highest score I've given in a little while. Thank you for the super chat, my boy. All right, Rock Out, you're live. I'm about ready to head out, so tell me your very bad team, and then we'll move on.
All right. Quarterback, Mahomes, Nick, Sanders. Running back, Williams, Hubbard, ETN, Bigsby, Simpson, and Lil Bill. Wide receiver, Chase, Rice, Reed, Mims,
Very
Kyle
good.
Williams, and Royal.
Very good.
Tight end, McBride, Likely, and Aroru.
You got all that and McBride?
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn. Rock
Got
out.
McBride third round.
So read that team off one more. Read the starters off only.
Starters, I guess, Mahomes, Kyron, Hubbard, and then Chase, Rice, Reed, Mims, and then McBride.
Well,
Tyron, McBride.
so Mims is your flex.
Either Reed or Mims
Wow.
or ETN.
So first round, Jamar Chase. Second round player is easily Kyron.
McBride.
Oh yeah, jeez, McBride. You could easily call McBride your second too. So third round, you got essentially two second round players here. So Kyron and McBride. Hubbard's, I mean, you could argue a third rounder, but he's your fourth, right? So fourth.
Yeah.
And then Rice, you got a 5. It's crazy because he's easily a 4-rounder, maybe a 3-4 value. Reed is solid. Mims, Mahomes is, worth a 5th or whatever, but he's like, we'll call it a 6-7. Yeah, that team's phenomenal, bro. I like it.
And then I got Nick as my backup, and then Sanders.
Jeez. Dropping wads, bro. Rockout's gonna be a millionaire soon.
We'll see.
I'm gonna answer the phone line and go, Rockout, I'm getting off. I don't have time. He's like, I just bought you. I
bought your time.
I just bought the channel. I contacted the higher ups.
Yeah.
Rockout's gonna become my boss. Oh, I bought YouTube. I won Best Ball Mania, then put it down on a 75-1 parlay, and then 75-1 parlayed that, and now I bought YouTube. I own you. You'll stay on as long as I want. All right, Rockout. Anything else?
You hear about this spicy, I guess, prediction from a reporter that Brian Robinson might not make the team?
I mean, you never know what's going on behind the scenes, but man, I don't know that I would buy into that. But little Bill is looking.
I know, mate.
Yeah, I can't.
Mate.
But that means 2 or 3 other people have to do better than Robinson for him to be on the team.
Well, not really. It's just the running back room. But, I mean, geez, that if there's even any legs to it at all, like he's struggling, he's lost step or something, that just means little Bill is in the driver's seat. Bill's ready to rumble. But yeah, I don't believe that's true. I'm just the fact that there's anybody. Yeah, I mean, I would see it rock out if it were true. But the fact that it's even like being talked about means that somebody's drawing dumb conclusions, but they're drawing conclusions from where there's smoke, there's fire. In that, B-Rob's maybe not impressing right now, but I don't think that's.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't.
Granted, they could easily afford to get rid of him because he's only got a $200,000 cap dedicated.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah,
$3 million cap.
I don't buy it, Rockout, but yeah.
I mean, he gets picked up.
I don't buy it either, but I was thinking if you heard about it or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I would go live on it if it was, but yeah, it's
Yeah, I think it's fake news.
Bro, the people that report this stuff though too, you gotta be careful, especially around the Commanders, Twitter. They're people that they're not insiders, bro. And I think I specifically remember seeing this, and it was like it's not like it's a professional analyst, saying it.
Yeah, there's only like maybe 2 or 3 I like really trust as far as insiders for the Commanders.
The person that a couple people that reporting this. I don't.
Yeah. So.
Would.
Yeah.
It seems kind of more like a prediction than an actual fact.
Yeah, he said, "I have no insight on this. If Crosby merits on this team, I just don't know how you're sitting him."
Yeah.
So you're not.
Yeah.
You're starting him, and Brian Robinson play behind him.
Yeah, it's fake news.
You know?
All right.
You still need him to be a bruiser for the team.
All right, my boy. We'll see you later, Rock Out.
All right, cool. See you.
Later. All right, Travis, anything else?
It is crazy how people are running with it on Twitter. I'm just looking at it now.
It's crazy how people believe him, too, though. You know, it's like people just...
Well, especially because the guy said, I have no insight into that. He's just throwing something out. So it doesn't make sense. I mean, you're a team that's potentially going for a championship. Why would you just outright cut a guy that, unless something like you said, unless it's something and we would hear it that he completely lost it.
But who was it on ESPN that said that the Chiefs would make the playoffs today? Who was it that said that?
Oh, yeah. I forget who it was.
Yeah, I mean, but so insider, NFL insider, ESPN insider, blah 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 blah. That doesn't mean anything. Inside this, we don't care. Kick rocks.
Yeah, just real quick, and I'll jump off. So in my 10-team dynasty that I have to. Rookie draft's coming up, and I'm gonna have to cut some players to, make room for the rookie picks. What do you do with AR5? He's my 4th quarterback. Should I just drop him?
I'd try and trade him. There are some people that like him, but I don't know that the trade market's going to treat him well. People keep
maybe
drafting.
Just get a future pick for him or something.
Yeah, I mean, you might. Is there anybody that has no backup quarterback?
I'm sure there is. I mean, it's one QB, so it's like we always say, everyone's kind of loaded. But
yeah, I mean, look at it, but
I don't have any use.
If you just wait a week, he'll be on IR or something, and you can just put him on your IR spot. I don't know, bro. I don't think you might have to do a 2-for-1 to get rid of him without feeling like you're cutting him.
Throw those out there.
But obviously depend.
Cool.
Obviously depend on the options too. But
yeah. All right, Smitty. Appreciate it.
Later, bro. Appreciate you. All right, later to my mods: Blackbeard, Sick Nasty, Space Ricky, DeBalt, Travis, Vampy. Appreciate every one of you. Did I forget anybody? I don't know that I did. Kenny P, if he's ever out there. Anyway, AJB, Tyreek, no goes. I haven't put AJB on Planet Uranus yet. I don't know that I'm going to yet, but I might. And it's not that we don't like AJ Brown. Being on Planet Uranus isn't about being like a bonehead or something, even though we have a lot of, in the past, we've associated kind of with that because like when Kamara was on Planet Uranus, even when we loved him and drafted him, but we still kept him there to kind of remind people that we weren't condoning his off the field behaviors and all that. So I guess it's my fault, but the Planet Uranus list is mainly about just avoid the player. So avoid AJ Brown. Tyreek's on Planet Uranus. So is James Cook, and James Cook's not getting taken off. James Cook is not going to get you 3rd round value, and his increased value jumping back up into round 3, it's going to be a mistake just because the man is back in the news in a positive way, and you think, this is another running back, let me go chase it. This is our Planet Uranus men list right here. Don't do it.
And off he goes to the planet known as Uranus.
I just can't have, I don't have the heart yet to put AJB on the list. See you all later. Appreciate every one of you. Make sure you get on over to the Patreon. It's a 24/7, 365 live chat group. Here's the link. Join it. Do it live. You want a chat group? You tired of people saying, yeah, I got a friend, a text group. And you're like, I don't. And now you do. And you can cancel anytime. So if you did $10 for August, you'd have till September, mid-September. So you'd have between now and kickoff to get one-on-one trade advice. And we're going to have a Patreon league, so you got to be in there to even be a part of it. So hang tight for info on that. Not everybody's getting in that. It's going to be hard to get in, but you're not going to get into the Patreon league without being in the Patreon. But Patreon, get ready for it. Everybody get on over to the Patreon now. In fact, I'm going to go in there right now and type to my Patreon people, my Patreons, and say, yo, any host graveyard show topics, hit me. And we'll chat in there for a little while. And don't forget, obviously, if you want to draft tomorrow night on Underdog, we draft pretty much every single night, except for Wednesdays for right now. That's kind of the night I take off Graveyard. But hit the link that I just dropped in the live chat. And then here's a link to my thefantasyfootballshow.com after that, which is my bread and butter content site. So articles, rankings, bold predictions, trade calculators, do it live, thefantasyfootballshow.com. See you all tomorrow. Appreciate every single one of you. Live whenever big news breaks. Live at 8 p.m. Eastern every single Monday through Friday. Every weekday we're here at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then live almost every single midnight Eastern. See you all tomorrow. Thank you to my super chatters. Thank you, Leo. Thank you, Poppin. Thank you, Trone Force. Thank you, GP. Thank you, Philly. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, 8739. Thank you, GP again. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, River. Thank you, CMC. Appreciate you. And River, again, I wouldn't be dropping a ton on Bond. All right, see you all tomorrow. Be on Patreon right now.